so close. You're so close. You can do this. Okay. Good for you. Oh, you did it. So in my last video, it was just before we got to the hospital, and after Rachel was induced, 30 hours of intense labor and no epidural whatsoever, Soren was born into the world, and it has been absolutely life-changing. Like, it almost feels like a veil is like lifted over our eyes of like, well, this is what parenthood is, and you just have no idea. The way we see the city, the way we see families in the city, the way we look at the subway, completely changed. But my goodness, Soren is just the coolest baby. I mean, he has been incredibly chill and has been such a gift for Rachel and I. It's amazing to see Soren, like when he was born, in such a fragile state. You don't see that in the movies, but like so fragile, so delicate. But to see him as he's grown and progressed and gotten longer, and you start to see his personality, it's just been, man, an incredible gift, an incredible blessing. Just thank you guys. I just want to overemphasize, thank you for the prayers that you've been doing for our family. Thank you for the meals, the gifts, the financial support, the things that you've done to help us as we've really tried to do ministry in New York City. Has meant the world to us. Hopefully you received our little card thanking you and just our announcement of Soren. Hopefully that went through the mail, but I just want to say we can't do this without you. And this gift of Soren and ministering in the city, we're overwhelmed with thankfulness. Ways you can be praying for our family right now is we found out that basically Soren has a defect. It's actually a pretty common defect in his heart. It's called ventricular septal disorder. It means that he has a small heart, a small hole in his heart that actually just makes it to work a little bit harder. It seems that the hole is closing. It's small, which is really good, but this is kind of the first thing that has really made us, like first-time parents, kind of worry about our kid. And so, if you can be praying that will close, we would really appreciate that. Also, Rachel goes back to work in less than a month, and that's going to be such a major transition for us. I know that that's going to be incredibly hard for Rachel and incredibly hard for me. So, can you be praying for that transition as well? That would be life-giving and just kind of have unexpected support through that. And then finally, like childcare. we need a lot of prayer for childcare. We're starting to really realize just how expensive and intense childcare here in New York City is. I was talking to one of my friends in our apartment that's in a similar season as us. They're already interviewing for nannies, and like one nanny would say, like, yeah, like my going rate is about $2,100 a week, and friends, that's well more than I make, and so. Please be praying for our wisdom and discernment of how do we really, again, take care of Soren, help him thrive, but also commit to the city as well. So that's it for the family side, but also I wanted to give you guys an update on ministry things. So as this new role as a dad has come in, also this new role has come in within working in Collegiate Navigators. See, before this, we've always had a pretty strong base of staff here to support the collegiate work at New York City, but last year we had a staff of about 9, and that has now diminished to about a team of 3, including myself. And so as I was preparing my team for my paternity leave, we started to realize, actually, I don't just need to prepare them for the first few months, I need to be preparing them for the semester. And so a lot of hard work, a lot of preparation kind of came in before before I went on leave to just really make sure the staff was thriving. And so that meant that Joey and Deborah Masizek, who have been here in the city for about a year, that they took on the role as campus director at NYU. And honestly, friends, they have been killing it. It's been such a cool thing to see how well the ministry is doing at NYU. And that has meant that I've taken a step back from my ministering at NYU, but instead have focused on two other campus movements that are happening right now. One at Marymount Manhattan College, my alma mater. It's in a similar place that it was when I was a freshman in college, where the senior, there's one senior who is faithful and praying, but is really looking for the next generation and needs help and discernment. So I've been coming alongside them, helping them with outreach, even helping them kind of find out who are actually followers of Jesus on campus and who are excited to carry on advancing the gospel through life-to-life discipleships there. But I've also taken over the role at New York University Tandon, which is our engineering school, which is in Brooklyn. And these campuses are just so different from NYU. And so I've been using a lot of my time primarily to come alongside and empower these different gospel movements, building up the relationships, understanding the culture, and consistently encouraging, but also giving them the vision of being lifelong disciples of Jesus who make disciples in Jesus' name. Now that doesn't mean that I haven't been supporting NYU at all. In fact, I was with them during the annual Vermont retreat, got to watch where the community is and get so encouraged by that, but then also consulting them along the way. Having done ministry there for well over a decade, I'm familiar with the rhythms, and so I'm able to kind of help come alongside them as major things are happening. But friends, when it comes to the ministry, the way you can be praying for the ministry right now is November, at the end of this month, just before Thanksgiving, is going to be a really strategic and important time for us as I begin to kind of recruit and give new vision for what it will look like to be on our leadership team for Marymount as well as Tandon. And I'm just praying for the right people, right? I really want to make sure people are aligned with the vision of what we're trying to do in those campuses. But also, can you be praying for students to have a hunger and thirst for what we're trying to do? But then also for discernment of myself as I try to help these leadership teams. So those are the big things. I just wanted to give you guys an overview of what's been happening. It's been overwhelming to just juggle all these things, but again, incredibly thankful and excited with what God's doing. So thank you guys so much. Please let me know how you're doing. Please let me know if there's a way that I can be serving or supporting you. And friends, I'll talk to you in the next video. Okay.